Brendan, what did you manage to take away from the break?
Well, I think until this point, the players had a well-deserved rest. They'd worked ever so hard in this opening period of the season, and then of course the last week and a half we've been working very, very hard on the pitch. So now we arrive in a really good place, and the team is looking really sharp. And it was a much needed rest and extra work we were able to put in.
You were in good form prior to the break, but you still feel like it comes like a good time, gives you a chance to implement some new things.
Yeah, I just think it was a lot of it was reinforcing the good work that we'd done over the course of those 4 games. Much more like us in terms of where I'd want us to be. Really proactive in the games, really aggressive in the games, with and without the ball, and that's when we're at our best. So yeah, just need to now show that consistency going forward.
You've managed to add Nicholas Kuhn to the group as well. How pleasing is that, and what's he going to bring to your team?
Yeah, I mentioned before, it was really just about getting players that could come in and help us become a better squad of players over my time here. And if it was just about numbers, we could have had people in on the January the 1st, but it's not. It's about getting quality in, and that can take time. So, but to get Nicholas in, he's had that big club experience before. He's a very young, gifted, talented player. As a young player, as I said, experienced those moments at clubs, and now he's at an age where he's done very well with Rapid Vienna, and now can make that next step. So he fits the profile in terms of how we work. He's super quick, he's direct, he's dynamic, and we feel that we can continually improve his game. So absolutely delighted to have him here.
How close are you to adding to that? I know everyone says it's a difficult window, and as you mentioned, it's about getting the right bodies. Are you particularly close in any other areas?
Well, there's lots of work going on, but hopefully before the window shuts we can improve the squad.
I suppose with impressive performances comes attention as well. To what extent are you aware of any interest in Matt O'Reilly?
None. I'm not aware of any, but it's natural. I think if you get good players, then of course they will attract attention. But I'm not focused on that at all.
Just with how tough the January window is, I'm assuming you'd be keen to keep a hold of all of your best players this month.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to be losing anyone. The plan was to add to the squad, and that's still the plan.
In terms of this game, it's a very different challenge than what you've maybe faced before this season.
No, that's not. I'm so looking forward to the game. I think when we seen the draw and we seen the reaction of the guys at Buckie Thistle, the players, and obviously it's great for Graham that he can be stood on the side of the pitch rather than in the stands, which is great. Now it's what the cups are all about. It's a great story. They've got to come down a long way. Deserve to be there, and we've prepared like we would for any game. We've looked at some of the games and seen how they got through, and for us we have to do a professional job at home. But hopefully it'll be a great occasion for them and for their supporters to come to Celtic Park.
Is that the most important thing? The fact that it will be such a different day for them. You just need to treat it like you treat every other match.
Well, that's always our plan. I've always focused on that. There's never any game that's bigger than the others. That this is a game that we're expected to win, but you have to perform on the field. So, but I also recognise as well the joy and the journey that Buckie Thistle have had to get to Celtic Park. It's an incredible story. So, but yeah, hopefully, as I said, they come and have a good experience, but clearly not too good.
No piece of paper in front of you today. Does that mean it's good news on the injury front?
Yeah, well, they're certainly clearing up. We've got the likes of Cam, who he won't be involved this weekend, but by Ross County he'll be fine. He'll rejoin the squad. He's been out on the field now for a little while, so just been a frustrating period for him. This opening part of the season picked up some niggles on the back of not having a full pre-season, but we really hope that he can now stay fit and strong for the second part.
There have been a couple of outgoings as well. Would you expect there to be a few more before the end of the window?
Yeah. Well, listen. First and foremost, I have to make sure the squad is as strong as it possibly can be for the second part of the season. And two, I think if there is the opportunity for some players to go, then I'm sure that'll happen.
How easy or difficult is it to trim a squad in this window?
It's just time. It's. Listen, clearly the squad was much bigger than what we would want. However, it's what we respect every player that's here. You know, we have large training groups, but the coaches do a brilliant job in terms of ensuring it all works and it all flows, and we get the right amount of work into the players. But I think naturally football players will want to play, and but whilst they're here, but we respect them. We treat them well, treat them as professionals, and whilst they are here, that will be the case, and we'll see what happens between now and the end of January.
In terms of Matt and maybe others that are looking at, attention being looked upon, how strong a position are the club in terms of not needing to accept any sort of big money offers? We know they're on long-term deals. The club at the AGM was in a strong financial footing. I suppose there's no need to sell if those big money offers do come in.
There's not, but it always worked both ways. If a player doesn't want to be here, then of course my experience is that you're better off moving them on. It's as simple as that. Of course, the club's in a really strong position. We've no need to sell, and we have no thoughts of selling. So, but naturally, I think it's the time of the season where there's lots of speculation and gossip around players. I see the likes of Matt. He's really, really happy here. He's signed a new deal. He's really progressed. He's into double figures now in his goals. His assists is there. So for him as a young player, who I know is a brilliant professional, all he wants to do is improve, and he can see the improvement here. Just take it day by day and assess it from there.
You've seen the likes of Kwon going to St Mirren and Adam Montgomery going to Motherwell. Mm-hmm. Is that a potential avenue for other players that are on the fringe to get experience of the Scottish game? Yeah.
I think for the likes of Kwon, so you see him as an example. He's come in from the other side of the world. It's been a challenge for him. I spoke to Stephen on him. He's got lots of really good attributes, which is why he was brought to here. But I think to get that experience and playing games is important for his development. It happened here when I was here first with Chris Azure. Chris came in. He wasn't probably going to quite get the game time, but I felt he needed experience. He went out to Kilmarnock and had a great season, and then came back and played and done very, very well for the club. So Kwon, it's a really good move for him in many aspects. He can stay in Glasgow, and he's going to a very, very good coach and very good coaching team. So we expect him to improve playing games, and like with Adam, hasn't worked out for him at Fleetwood. But he's clearly a very talented player, and he'll go to Motherwell and hopefully continue with his development.
Just going back to the interest perhaps in key players, and you're 2/3 of the way through the window now. Does it get to a stage where you get to a stage where it's probably too late to then start looking for replacements if people are interested?
No, I think how it works. It normally is right through to the end, isn't it? So, but I'm quite relaxed on it. I know what we need to improve on and what we need to be better in. But like I said, unless it's the right type of quality and right player, then we won't be in a rush to do anything. So, and then likewise, if something comes in too late that doesn't suit the squad and how we are and how strong we are, then likewise we won't need to do anything.
Obviously the Scottish Cup was a kind of special tournament for you so far. It's exciting to be back playing in this tournament.
Yeah, I loved it when I was here, and any of the cup competitions are clearly special. So, but yeah, my memories of the few times being involved, it was great. The first one was iconic. It was a real special feeling, and it was just an amazing memory. And obviously then beating Motherwell in the final on a lovely day at Hampden was also great. So yeah, that's the ambition when you start out in the competition. You want to get to Hampden, and our idea is to go all the way again.
Will you be looking for this game against Bucky about bringing in fringe players and the likes of Kuhn to give them experience, or are you going to go full full strength starting 11? What's your...
Yeah, well, I think that the Nick won't be involved at the weekend. He'd actually been he'd been quite a period out when he had sort of an operation on his teeth and whatever else, so he's lost a bit of strength in that. So, but he'll be okay for Ross County. Yeah, we'll take the chance to be strong, because we need to get players back into rhythm again. And also I will also take the chance to have some young players involved as well. But we'll be a strong team, because we need to find our rhythm quickly. Now we've worked so hard here at Lennoxtown. The players have been brilliant, and you just see the confidence and just the speed of everything back to where I'd want it to be, which is great. Now we've got to take that into the game and get up to speed quickly.